It's a hurricane today. I'm in the valley. The wind blows in the treetops, but stuff is blowing in the pond. But I caught this fish that I'm 100% sure is half koi. There's no way any of my red or orange or yellow comets, they're all pretty much a straight color except for that one with the red head, and he's another suspicious fish that could have koi parentage. But if you look at the colors, you see the black. The black does not bleed into, the colors do not bleed or mix with the white or the orange, okay? It's like koi get painted on type colors, whereas goldfish like shabunkins, the colors can mix together and bleed together, right? They don't get that painted on look. This painted on look is very suspicious of being koi, right? Because I have koi that look just like that. Although I had a bunch of comets down here last year, or a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, that were breeding with these guys, these koi here. You see how they have the painted on color? There's 3 of them, right? And there's a orange one with black, and there is some baby goldfish. But most of my goldfish, they're black until they turn orange or white. Sometimes they turn white. But I've never seen this type of goldfish produced in my pond ever. I know it has to be a koi. There's no way he'd get that black dot and those colors so perfectly. Right? I'm gonna let him swim away. There you go. Back into the pond. The water's only like 4 degrees. It was cold a few days ago. There was a thin layer of ice built up by the waterfall area. But yeah, it's like monstrously windy, and the hornwort is beautiful today. There he is, that beautiful goldfish koi mix. There's no way that my orange color or goldfish could produce that. It's just never happened before. My goldfish are either red, orange, or white, but I've never seen those colors produced before. Everything's just monstrously windy. Got the plants out of the greenhouse. I have to tidy up the yard some more. The backyard's starting to dry up. There's the big koi down there. They're going to come back to life soon as it warms up a bit more. Today's going to be warm. Oh, now it's warmed up. The surface is about 6-7 degrees now. But this morning it was colder. It's always colder at the surface. That's why ice freezes on the top of the pond. You don't get ice at the bottom of the pond ever, right? That's why the goldfish and koi winter down there when they go into their winter slumber or stasis. They go into a cryogenic like stasis where they're preserved and they rest and recuperate, and the diseases are knocked off them during this time. Yeah, but anyway, the yellow flag's growing. I think you can see I'm topping up the pond again. The yellow flag there, you can see it's starting to green up, and the growth is starting to come higher every day. Soon that goose, you won't be able to see him sitting there. Right now I like this time of the year because the plants are small and I can see everywhere all my pools of water. But yeah, the pond is beautiful. The goldfish are starting to move around. The water is so beautiful. There's a big black baby goldfish that hasn't turned color yet. And then another way to tell too, in a couple years if they outgrow the goldfish, koi will outgrow the goldfish, but the half koi, half goldfish, but they won't get as large as the koi. There's a black half koi right there. I don't know, you can barely see the shadow. And he's about 20 years old. That one was from my friend Maureen. bred in her pond. But yeah, everything looks good. There's the moss growing lovely. And the plants from last year that I saved. But for sure that has to be a half koi, half goldfish. There's no other way around it. Okay, they were all breeding down here. I tried to move some of the goldfish up to the upper pond, but there's babies that were hatched down here because I thought that these 3 koi, they were quite violent when they were breeding with the goldfish. I found a goldfish this was all covered in lily pads almost two summers ago. And the goldfish was on top of the lily pad, but he was okay. But they knocked him around quite a bit when they're breeding. And those are some of the babies. Some are just goldfish, the orange ones. And the black ones haven't changed color yet. There is a shabunkin in there. I don't know where it is. That is a product of one of my shabunkins that was born in the pond. And all the babies stay out there. There's lots of little babies. They're still black from last year's babies. They're smaller and still black. Oh my God, the wind is horrific. And that's a horrifically windy day in Canada.